Because that targeting penalty seemed like it just turned the tide. What exactly happened after that point?
We just felt, that there was a different type defense for them. Number 47 is their guy. He's a middle linebacker who goes hard every play, and their whole defense kind of goes around him. So we just felt like the tone of their defense kind of switched a little bit, and we were able to attack and jump on that.
Well, before that, the slow start, I know it seemed like two different slow starts compared to last week. What was it this week?
I don't know, you could say it's some, inexperience, and then, atmosphere that we haven't played in over a year and a half. Also went to the wristband this week, and so we were kind of getting slow with that as far as lining up, being able to get our checks in, motions in. So that was kind of throwing off our game a little bit. But now, I'm obviously glad that we found a way to whip it back into shape.
Is the wristband just for noise, or?
Yes.
Took a picture with the offensive line afterwards. What was the thought there?
I was telling someone this in the locker room, but I told the boys, we'll take a picture this week after we win, and then we're gonna take a picture next week, or the Notre Dame game, once we hopefully get a win. And these are stadiums and atmospheres that some of these guys only get to play in once in their lifetime, or maybe a couple times. I've never played in Indiana. But just having the boys there with me, something that we can look back on in 40 years, and IU didn't want to leave up the score for us so we can get in the background, but I'm pretty sure in 40 years we'll all know who won the game.
Whether it was a wristband or anything else, it seemed like trying to adjust to this environment. Once you guys got comfortable back to what you do, that's when it kind of took off. Is that just once you settle into what you're doing, do you feel comfortable?
Yeah, obviously every week we want to have a fast start. Obviously this week we didn't have a fast start. But yeah, I definitely think, once we start to get into the flow of the game, O-linemen start, really getting a feel on how the D-line's working and the backers are working and flowing, that's when we really get it going. There wasn't no halftime speech that pumped nothing up or whatever. Everyone was in the locker room. They knew the mission, knew what we had to do, and just came out and executed.
On the slow start, Luke mentioned that can't happen in 2 weeks. If that happened in 2 weeks, it could be a different outcome. Is there something you can do or say to make sure that doesn't happen in 2 weeks?
You can say anything you want. I think it really just comes down to how you practice throughout the week. If you're going throughout practice, on your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and doing some things laxadays, going some things full speed, what you do during the weekday is going to show up here on Friday and Saturdays. So just being perfect through practice, I think will show up on the game days.
Yeah, did you learn anything about your teammates today this morning?
Yeah, I think resilience. I think we were able to fight back, and like I said, know that we're not out of it. Going into halftime or even when we were down 14-0, there wasn't lone faces, there wasn't heads down or anything. It was we see the defense is doing what they need to do. Obviously, it was the offensive fault for a good part of it, and we knew it was the offense, so we just had to get it going.
You saw a couple runs after the targeting penalty. Was that 47 being out? Was there just something you saw?
Going into the week, third down, they like to play a lot of two triangle. Have Mike Sandbacker kind of wall off the middle and have 5 guys in the box. And with the backfield, that gives us 6 blockers. So we knew that we were going to take advantage of that. And then throughout preparation all week, it was kind of 1, 2, 3 isn't there, all right, go. You didn't see that as much, but I just felt like it kind of gets the rhythm of our offense going a little bit more.
Can you feel defenses get on their heels a little bit when you start taking off?
Yeah, I don't know if it's that or just sometimes I like to talk after a little run, but that might be scaring them a little bit. I don't know.
Desmond, was this a lot of people outside of the program built this up to be a really big game for you guys? Big Ten team and these 2 non-conference road games. As someone who's in the program, does this feel big to you to win this game?
No, this is huge. I feel like it's like a weight lifted off your shoulder. People talk about checklists and what you got to do for this and what you got to do for that. And if we're going to look at that and see that kind of stuff, and that's a check mark off the list. So all we can do is really prepare for each and every game, and we're going to get every team's best, and just come and ready to play.
How it got going today, was that matchup coverage or just hot hand?
We knew that, you know, sometimes they're going to come down and bump AP, and we got to take shots. I think last year I think he had over 50% of deep balls caught that were thrown to him. So, you know, he's a playmaker. And, you know, we just got to have our playmakers make plays, and that's what we do sometimes, just take shots. If he's pressed, okay, let AP go up and get it. I promise you he's going to get it.
You talked some about the targeting call and how it was maybe a turning point for you guys. Do you remember what was said when you went back to the sideline and you kind of huddled back up with the offense and got ready to take the field? Do you remember kind of the steps that happened there and what was maybe said during that time between the offense? If not, I mean, no big deal. I just
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I had a concussion or nothing, but I was a little drained from that. But so once we had to get going, we had to snap it back on real quick, and it was like one of those, okay, take a deep breath. All right, let's go. But,
The defensive stops in the red zone and just turnovers there outside of it, how much did that just keep you guys?
that's why I said that was huge. Defense kept us in it today. You know, if it wasn't for the defense, you know, it could have been pretty bad. But no, you know, we go as each one of, you know, each unit goes. So if one day, you know, defense is doing good and offense is doing bad, you know, we got to feed off one another. And we did that today. And defense really kept us in it, allowed us to get the ball where we wanted it. And then special teams was huge. You know, we had some missed field goals by Cole, but I know he'll fix that. He's all good. And then Trey Tucker and Ryan Montgomery taking some big runs back. So it's all huge. Everyone's got to work together, that's for sure.
You understand that being frustrated by this defense, is it nice to be on the sideline when they're doing stuff like that?
Yeah, so actually on one of the last throws that was down our sideline, Sauce Gardner had broken up. Coach Crook, I see the ball being thrown, and I see Coach Crook's face, and he's like, he got beat right there. And Sauce came back and tipped it. It's like, Coach, you see what I do with every day in practice? Like, I think I'm throwing a touchdown, and his long arms come in there and break it up. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. But no, it's great to come out here and see them work, and all their hard work pay off.
Anything else?
You guys aren't normally down 14-0. You'd have to go back a while before you guys were down by 14 points.
Yeah, I would say I have to go back pretty far. And then maybe in Miami, Ohio game, I think it was. I think we got down 10-0 maybe.
Ohio game, 2018, down 21-0.
Yeah, I'm talking about Miami,
And then you
19.
come in here and it's kind of hostile, and then all of a sudden it's 14 and it's hot, and things just kind of went haywire for a while, and then all of a sudden it just seemed like the defense wasn't gonna let you guys, wasn't gonna let us hold.
Yeah, you know, Coach Vic talked about the atmosphere and how we're going to handle things as a team. And he told us this game is going to show a lot about us. And, you know, I'm just proud of our guys that we were able to come out here and say handle the storm and control it and be able to get the win.
This was a character type building type of win for you guys. It seemed like the whole team chipped in a little bit, even, you know, the holders and everybody played a part. You know, it was just exciting to see a 14-point deficit come back and win on the road like that.
Yes, sir. That's just all 10 units playing as one as we preach back in Cincy. But, you know, it takes all of us. This isn't a one-man sport.
Yeah.
You know, it takes all of us and to come together when things are down, it's hard, and then come together when things are good, it's hard. I mean, it takes everyone.
As you mentioned it a little bit, but Ty Freifogel is one of the best receivers in the country. He had one catch today. I mean, what does that say about Sauce and Kobe and that defensive backs that you got over there?
They're just dogs. And, you know, I don't know if you would know it or not, but those two guys that you just mentioned right there, Kobe and Sauce, are the main ones in the locker room. Pre-game, mind you, pre-game, I don't really approve, but whatever, pre-game, that are jumping around, dancing around, getting hyped. And I'm like, these guys got to go running with some top wide receivers here and just take it easy a little bit. But no, those are two great players, and like I said, they just feed off each other too.
The last touchdown out here, what was the call and what did you see before you took off?
It was W Zoom, say Portland Cole,
You can just
whatever.
say
Yeah.
the normal term.
Little tight end slip screen, kind of how we do all one of our main things. Actually, I was reading the DN, and he came blitzing off the edge. They were in a bear front. He came blitzing off the edge, so I pulled it. And then when I went out, it was really a look that I've never seen coming out of a pool, where they kind of had the guy that was running with Trey went with them, and they had 2 or 3 guys that were running with Wiley. But I think also LT, who was supposed to be blocking down to the left, his guy knew the ball was going out to the right. So LT had also worked out right with him, I think. So there was about 5 or 6 guys between Wiley and LT, and then that's when I had to cut it back up and get in the end zone. But,
Anything else? All right, good, thank you guys.
thank you.